Jurors in the Elizabeth Holmes case return to court for a third day of deliberations, and Fox 40 legal analyst Ken Rosenfeld is live from his office in Sacramento to talk about this case, making headlines along with other big ones. Good morning, Ken.
Good morning.
So this case, I mean, if people aren't familiar with this case, can you kind of give a brief rundown as to what has happened up until this point?
Sure. So Elizabeth Holmes has been accused of multiple business fraud type of offenses from a company that she was part of, a large part of, and she's being prosecuted, and her defense team has done a masterful job of turning the case away from what those crimes were or could have been, or maybe are, into making it very personal about her. She has told a story of being abused. She has told a story of being a woman in a very male-dominated industry, of succeeding and bitterness towards that. So she has done a great job at this point with day 3 of deliberations from deflecting away from the accusations, which there's a tremendous amount of proof. I'm not saying she's guilty, but there's a tremendous amount of proof that these crimes were committed. But she's now turned this about her and her story. And her story is quite compelling. And my experience of having juries during the holidays, juries are very sympathetic during the holidays. And she presents very well as a defendant. She's not your typical defendant. You don't think of when somebody is a criminal defendant being a woman that is successful, that has a great presentation. She's articulate, she's smart. She got to the top of an industry, of a business world that most women don't get anywhere near. There's a lot of likable qualities about her. In my experience as a trial lawyer, if there's a likable quality about your defendant, they're going home.
Right. And you know, she faces up to 20 years in prison, you know, if convicted. Now, kind of in a stark contrast to this case, we have the Ghislaine Maxwell case, Jeffrey Epstein's former girlfriend, and also she's being accused of, you know, knowing about all of his, you know, illicit activities. And so they're also going to deliberate, or going to take a break in deliberations and return on Monday. But, you know, like you said, over the holidays, you know, people have sympathy. Do you think that would be the same case in this kind of a situation?
Not a chance. It's the exact antithesis. I think that jury's they can't wait to get in there and convict her. She was a central part and a participant, a conspirator, if you will, to young girls being sexually abused by very rich and powerful men and very well-known men. I think that that jury is going to, for lack of a better term, hate her, where this jury, for this case, the jury has sympathy for her and is very empathetic about her. I think they're going to have a very difficult time convicting her. I think that her trial ends in either a hung jury or an acquittal, where Maxwell's trial ends in absolute convictions.
And she faces up to 70 years in prison with that. Sacramento attorney Ken Rosenfeld joining us this morning to talk about those controversial cases that are still in court. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks.